Hello everyone, my name is Mahadevan Iyer and I work as a data engineer at Adent Analytics. So today I'm going to show you how you can automatically pause all your Synapse SQL pools using Azure Automation and PowerShell. So being a Synapse engineer, you need to be more cost efficient. Leaving some of the SQL pools turned on for a prolonged period of time can rack up costs pretty quickly. So to be more cost efficient, you need to automate this process and I'll show you how you can do that in this tutorial. So before we go into the details, we need to understand that there are two flavors of SQL pools in Azure. The first one is dedicated SQL pool and the second one is Synapse dedicated SQL pool. So this is my Synapse workspace and there is an option to create a new dedicated SQL pool over here. So when I create a SQL pool by using this method, I create a Synapse SQL pool, which I am able to see over here. The other kind of SQL pool that I'm talking about is dedicated SQL pool that can be directly created using Azure portal. So the difference between these two is that the Synapse SQL pool that I mentioned earlier is stored internally as a resource type of Microsoft.synapse, and this one over here, when you create directly using Azure portal, it is stored internally as a Microsoft.SQL resource type internally in Azure. So this SQL pool, when you create using Azure portal, it lives on your Azure SQL DB server that can be shared with regular SQL databases. So when you create a SQL server, you can host your SQL pool or SQL data warehouse in that same server as you host your Azure database, SQL database. So that's pretty much the difference. We need to understand the two flavors of SQL pools because we are going to write two different scripts to pause the SQL pool. Azure provides two different modules to pause these two types of SQL pools. And so let's get started. So first we'll create an Azure automation account. Let's create it. Mention the name of your automation account. Select a resource group. Select your preferred location and make sure you create a run as account. So what this run as account means is that this Azure automation account, Addend Auto, receives a contributor permission at the subscription level. So you have to be a contributor at the subscription level in order to create this type of resource. So since I am not a contributor at the subscription level, I won't be able to create this resource from my end. I need my administrator or the person who has a contributor permission at the subscription level to create this resource for me. So I have already done that. And what this does is this gives the permission to your automation account to access all the resources in your subscription. So that's pretty dangerous to give it access to all the resources. So what you can do is you can restrict the automation account to a particular resource group that you can find somewhere else how to do it in internet. And I have given permission, I have given a contributor permission to this automation account to access all the resource in one of my resource groups, to one of my resource groups. So let's open this automation account and let's create. First we need to make sure that we have all the prerequisite modules. So go to your automation account and click on modules, search for az.accounts. So I already have it installed. If you don't have, you can add this particular module by going through browse gallery inside automation account, and you can search for this module. Click on import and the module gets imported to your automation account. And in The same way, you need to import az.sql and az.synapse modules. So now we'll create a PowerShell runbook. Go to runbooks from this menu, create a new runbook, enter your runbook name, we'll name it pause all tw1, runbook type will be PowerShell, and give a suitable description and create the runbook. As I've already created, I won't be creating it again, and you can just go to this runbook and click on edit. You need to paste a code over here, PowerShell code over here, and this code to pause all your runbooks is in my GitHub repo. So I have uploaded two scripts. One is to pause all the data warehouse and one is to resume all data warehouse. So first we'll write a script to pause all data warehouse and just copy this script and just paste it over here and click on save and then publish it. So before doing that, you need to mention your subscription name. What is your subscription name? Mine is Microsoft Partner Network. So let's understand a bit of this script. So in this script, first we are getting Synapse resources, list of Synapse resources, and we'll see how many Synapse workspaces are present in our resource group. If you have given access to a particular resource group, if you have given access to this automation account only to a particular resource group, like I have done in this case, it will show you all your Synapse workspace in that resource group, and it will loop through all the workspaces and it will see if any SQL pools are turned on or not. And if it's turned on, then it will pause it. And yeah, so in the second part of the script, it will loop through all the SQL servers that is present in your resource group. The first flavor that I had mentioned, dedicated SQL pool, it is hosted on your normal SQL server. That SQL pool is hosted on normal SQL server. So it will look for the SQL server and it will look for any data warehouse in that hosted in that SQL server, and it will automatically see if it's paused or not. If it's not paused, then it will pause it, and yeah, it will return you the result. You can see it, the data warehouse gets paused after running the script. So just publish this book, and as I've already published it, I will revert it. Yeah, so I'll resume this SQL pool, and I'll also resume my Synapse dedicated SQL pool from my Synapse workspace. So these are the two flavors of SQL pools that I talked about earlier, and I'm going to pause both of these data warehouse or SQL pool using this script. So as you can see, both our SQL pools are now running, and we'll pause both this data warehouse using the script that we have just written. I'll just click on start. You don't need to give your subscription name if you have already mentioned it in your script that I showed you earlier. Just click on OK. After running this runbook, we can see the output, and yeah, so in this first step, it's looping through all the Synapse workspace in my resource group, and it has found one SQL pool, Synapse SQL pool in my workspace, and its status is online, and it's pausing the SQL pool, and it also shows how many minutes, how much time it took to pause the SQL pool. After pausing the Synapse SQL pool, it's looping through all the SQL servers in my resource group and to see if there is any SQL pool in those servers. So as you can see, there is one SQL pool in my resource group add and dev, and its status is online, so it's pausing the SQL pool, and it took a couple of minutes to pause the pool. Yeah, so after running the script, you can see that both the SQL pool and the Synapse SQL pool is paused automatically. So in the next part of the tutorial, we'll see how we can resume all the data warehouse or SQL pools using Azure Automation and PowerShell. We'll also see how we can schedule the runbooks, and we can also add alerts. We'll see how to add alerts in case the schedule fails. Thank you for watching.